If you are looking at Australia as your permanent residency destination, there are 7 things you might not know about the Australian permanent residency visa. That's what exactly we're going to look at in this video. What is Australian permanent resident? This visa allows you to come to Australia with your family, able to live, study and settle in a long-term basis. Beyond this, you and your family members are able to access internationally recognized Australian education system as well as a world-class healthcare system. As being a permanent resident, for the first 4 years, you may not be able to cast your vote in the elections, but after 4 years, you are eligible to become a citizen where you can able to access the Australian passport. Australian passport is considered to be one of the very highly recognized passports worldwide, and that will make your travel worldwide much easier. How long the permanent residency visa process takes? It's a very important question because in recent times, you may experience some delay on the processing outcome. That purely depends on the workload, the category of visa you apply, and the evidence you have provided need to be verified by the department. Usually, we provide a duration between 8 months to 12 months for any permanent residence visa, especially in some unique cases. For example, a state government nomination is required where multiple authorities are involved. It may take further delay of couple more months. Can I live in Australia's external territories as a citizen or a PR? Australia has couple of external territories like Norfolk Island or Christmas Island. So being a permanent resident is not as easy as that you can just pack your bag and go to those destinations, because it needs special permission and approval to reach there. So primarily that if you are a permanent resident, your main focus of living and exploring Australia has to be the mainland of Australia. What are the reasons for visa delays? There are multiple reasons can able to make your visa delay in the process than expected time. One of the main reason is the documentation verification, because you give number of documentation, both academic as well as your work related documentation, which will demonstrate your skill, but these documentations need to be verified by the department. You may be very keen to give the answer when there is a query, but there are other factors where your employer may take little further delay, or the department may have an overloaded capacity of handling applications. That is what exactly we've been seeing for the last 1 year, because post-pandemic, there was a huge delay in visa applications. Not just Australia, every country is delaying on processing the application within the prescribed time. But it is rest assured that your visa process is streamlined and it is getting faster, and I'm sure department will make it much faster so that it can fall in line with their prescribed processing time. There are so many information available online, then why you need to engage with a professional migration consultant to support your file. As you are aware, any visa, including the permanent residency visa, it is a policy of a different country. That means that can change any time, and you need to have somebody who can work on your file not just 1 day a week. It's very important that your rules and regulations and the entry requirements, also that when you have some gap in certain criteria, they should have an advice, not just as per the rules, but also they're able to see that how this has been interpreted by the department in previous applications. So that would be a wealth of information and asset to process your application, not just within the timeline, but also has a great deal of success in getting the outcome positively. One of the common concerns for many of the applicants are, do I need to quit my job as soon as I get my permanent residency? Are you aware that a permanent residency doesn't come with a job offer? Many people think when they get a permanent residency, they can land in Australia, they can join into a workplace. But that's not the case. The permanent residency is an entitlement where the government feels that you have a unique skill, unique position, or a unique criteria where you are most wanted in Australia. That means you can see that Australia has a whole opportunity. You can able to go and find the job. In that case, that what we advise to everyone is, getting a job is not immediate as soon as you get a permanent residency. So it may take some time. You may need to do it offshore or onshore or during online. Even when you're living in an overseas, still you hold a permanent residency. We would recommend not to resign your positions wherever you are unless until you have a clear plan of when you're going to reach Australia and when you're going to join in a new position. We advise you not to resign your job as soon as you got your permanent residency, but till you got your proper travel plan ready. Finally, can the immigration authorities refuse your permanent residency application? Unfortunately, the answer is yes. There are a number of reasons where your visa can be refused. One of the main reasons is your technical reason within your file. This is including the evidence you provide, the requirement you have, the point system is changed. So there are a number of issues that you might have the reason to get refused. That is one of the very reasons that we highly recommend that you take a professional advice as far as permanent residency visa is concerned, so you have a better chance to get a positive outcome. And I look forward to see you in another video very soon.